Hello, welcome to Daily Wellness. My name is Emily and I am doing my best to be well during medical residency, which is a busy time. Getting ready to go to night shift and enjoying these last few moments before I put on scrubs. So today I'm going to do a version of the moon salutation. Most people are more familiar with sun salutations in yoga, which is a series of movements, and this is just another variation of a series in honor of special moon time. This month we had a blood wolf full moon, and I learned that the wolf moon is the first full moon after the new year, that classic middle of winter full moon that wolves are howling at. And then a blood moon is when there's an eclipse, the eclipse that casts a shadow that makes the moon look reddish. And I went outside to watch the first moments of that, and it was so cold. I thought, nope, I'm going right back inside. And I warmed up and I slept and I dreamt of beautiful blood wolf full moons. But in honor of that moon cycle, the kind of cycles of nature that rules us all, and if you are a woman of childbearing age, you might especially notice the cyclical patterns of your reproductive cycle, which is always a red moon, as it were, if you feel me. So in honor of that time, that's what this is dedicated to, just a moment to reflect and let go of what you no longer need, and kind of cleanse out with the old, in with the new. So without further ado, I'm going to begin actually in a squat position. So my palms at heart center and my elbows pressing into my knees, which are deeply bent, and my heels are almost as wide as my mat, and my toes are pointing outward. Just going to take a moment to connect with my breath. And I welcome you to do the same and reconnect with your own intention for this practice, which is designed to be friendly to those who lead busy lives. Although I find myself prioritizing this above other things that are on the to-do list, but happily so. And then once you've settled into this pose and this practice, this breath, this moment, taking stock of your body and your mind, I'm going to press my palms into the earth and pigeon heel. I walk my feet parallel to each other, and with my knees bent, I'm going to gently roll up one vertebra at a time, coming to stand. I'm going to feel really rooted, really supported by the earth. I can lift up my toes, all 10 toes, and then let them grip back down. Tuck my pelvis in, lift my belly button towards my spine. Feel my fingers reach towards the earth, palms are forward, shoulders roll down the back, head floats up last. And because the only constant is change, we're going to change it up right now, moving into the next movement, the next position of our bodies. So I'm going to inhale, my arms up above my head, palms touch together. And then at the top of that inhale, as I begin to exhale, I'm going to tilt towards the right, so pushing my left hip towards the left. Feet still rooted into the earth. I'm going to breathe here, feeling myself spiral open from my core, from my heart. Maybe gazing in that space beyond left armpit. And from here, I'm going to come to a goddess squat. So I'm going to bring my legs out wide, and our feet in that pose, they were in the squat, so toes pointing outward. I'm going to come into that and bend my arms and feel this position, feel what it feels like. Lifting head over heart, over hips. Really strong position. You can bounce with it, sway with it, keep it playful, keep it dynamic. It's a dialogue, not a monologue. You can inhale here and then exhale. let it go. You can stick out your tongue as you do that. And then come into a 5-pointed star by straightening your knees and your elbows so palms are parallel with the earth now. And then from here I'm going to tilt my right toes to the right and my left foot is angled inward. And I'm going to tilt my pelvis and lead with my right hand until I tip, and right hand can be resting somewhere on right leg or not, just hovering fingertips there. But if you want to maybe go easy on yourself today, use that support that's available to you. And then reach upward with left hand. And neck can be neutral, gaze forward, or gaze down, or gaze up. See what feels best for you today. And from here we're going to come into a pyramid pose. So with feet about hips width distance, I'm going to point all 10 toes forward and bow over that front leg, that right leg. You can support yourself on blocks or the ground, maybe tenting your fingers. Breathe here. And then come into a lunge so that we're standing on left toes and right foot. Nice big bend in front right knee. And left leg is straight, or if you want support you can let that leg go down. But I'm not going there yet. And then from here, I'm going to turn my right toes forward and stick my left leg out, left fingertips coming straight up to the sky. And then I'm going to return to the pose that we started in, that nice squat. Palms at heart center, elbows pressing into knees, knees pressing into elbows, feet pointed outward at a natural position. And we are halfway through this first moon cycle, so moving on to kind of meet back around the way the moon does. Now we're going to come to stick right leg out. Right toes pointing straight up to the sky. Just feel that for a moment. Finding what it feels like to make gentle movements in that right leg. And then come to that high lunge on the left. So left fingertips are in front of you. Nice generous bend in left leg. We're on our straight right leg is now the back leg. We're on our right toes. Breathe here. And then come up to pyramid pose on the right, so we can walk our legs a little bit closer together. All 10 toes point the same direction as we bend over our front leg. Hands can reach for the ground, or blocks if you have them. And then coming into triangles, now I'm going to create a little more space between my legs, point right toes out to the side a little bit. Left hand rests on left leg. Right fingertips reach to the sky. Neck can be neutral. Or gaze down or up. Yogi's choice. You always have a choice. To do what feels good. To do what honors you. To do what honors your time, your life, your effort. And then from here we're going to come up to a 5-pointed star. So palms are parallel with the earth, arms out long, head above heart, above hips, and legs are straight with toes pointed outward. Then coming into that goddess squat where we bend elbows about 90 degrees, bend knees, and I like to dance with it. So I'm going to gently sway side to side, moving my heart upward and downward, and then eventually coming to stand up in mountain pose feet, so about hips width distance. You can march in place to figure out how far apart your hips are. Inhale, palms up, and press right hip to the right, and fingertips to the left, palms together here. And then inhale up, you can look up, reach up, and exhale, bring palms to heart center, honoring the forces of nature and of never-ending circles of cycles in your life. And I'm going to do that all again with just a little more flowy, so less talking, more movement, movement's more fluid. So I'm going to inhale up again. Palms reach above my head. Exhale, left hip goes to the left, fingertips to the right. Inhale, coming into a goddess squat. Deep bend in elbows and knees. Exhale, straightening elbows and knees. Inhale brings me into a triangle on the right, and exhale, I tip into that, reaching left fingertips up to the sky. Inhale to reach, exhale to bring left toes facing the same direction as the right as I bow over my right leg. Inhale as I look up, coming into a lunge on the right, left leg straight, standing on left toes. And then exhale, I come to kick left toes up to the sky, standing on left heel and right toes. And breathing in whatever rhythm is natural to you. Breathe whenever you need to, always. Coming into squat. And then breathe as I kick right leg out long, right toes up to the sky, standing on right heel and left ball of foot. And then I'm going to come into a lunge here, bending left knee, standing on left foot and right toes. And then come into a pyramid pose. All 10 toes point forward as I bow over my left leg. Forehead comes towards knee or shin. And then I'm going to inhale up to a triangle on the left. Right fingertips reach to the sky. Feeling one long line of energy from right hand to left hand and heart in the middle. And then coming to a 5-pointed star. Legs straight, arms straight, palms parallel with the earth. Breathe here. And I exhale into a goddess pose, bending my knees and my elbows. And inhale, pressing palms, pointing fingers towards the right, the hands towards the left, hips to the right. And then straightening up, easing up with my palms, head above, heart above hips. And I'm going to bring palms to heart center. And I gotta head to work, but thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.